What's up, guys? Welcome to the 7.2 PTR. I'm going to be going through my first impressions of this. I want to offer some thoughts based on like what I have been able to experience by playing this patch, and kind of going through a few quest lines that are available on the PTR, and explain my thought process on what this patch is really taking us. To be honest, I kind of want to call this patch instead of the 7.2 patch, I want to call it the more patch, because it's really just like a lot more grinding. It's just a different way to grind. You pretty much have like a new world quest area with a new currency called Legion Fall War Supplies, and those war supplies offer you a couple perks and a couple ways to kind of play in this new zone. And then there is also like all you get is like order resources, artifact power, and gold, which is like what you would normally get. And that's cool, you know, just more things to unlock, more things to complete. But I think it really does go along the lines of a very grindy game. Legion has been notoriously very grindy. There's so much to do, to the point where players feel like there is too much to do, and I think that 7.2 really does take that to the next level. It really does offer a lot more grinding than like the 7.1.5 patch, because you have that whole new zone and all those different world quests, and the Legion world quest, which pretty much like the Legion will invade a zone and you have to go to that zone and protect it if you so want to, and there's like different world quests that pop up while you do that. So I think it's kind of refreshing if you have to do those world quests every day for there to be some new world quests, but it is still like killing, you know, a mini boss, or you kill a certain amount of little mobs. Like, it's still kind of the same thing, but just in a little different of a theme. And it feels more like you're actually fighting the Legion as opposed to fighting like some random Tauren or a bear or, you know, a Naga, like whatever. There's just there's more like towards that Legion theme, and it feels like you're actually like progressing towards the main storyline, because you are actually fighting against the Legion as opposed to those random kind of side quests, which is really cool. However, I do want to bring up the quick concern is that I feel like this game is developing more and more into a, like, if you were to never log off World of Warcraft and you were only doing Mythic Plus and you were only doing raiding, like you're always doing something that gives you gear, like raiding, Mythic Plus, Arena, Raided Battlegrounds, whatever. As long as you're playing it, if you were to never log off ever, you would eventually have like the best character ever. You would have, you know, you would eventually have your Titan Forge gear. You would eventually get all your legendaries. You would eventually get your artifact power maxed out to 54, or whatever the new artifact traits are, and whatever number that comes with that. So it's a very interesting game. However, I feel like I would like to see more added into the game that was kind of skill based. You know, something that challenged players as opposed to require them to put in a huge amount of time towards that gameplay, because like Mythic Plus, like if I were to do 7 to 9 level, or a lot of you out there, if we were to do if we were high out of level and then we did like Mythic Plus level 7 to 9 carries, where we just take the keystone, we go and carry it. It's not like challenging gameplay. It just takes time, and you just have to do it in order to be powerful enough and have that top tier character. So I do feel like this game is really not challenging the skill level of the player. It's more challenging the amount of time that you have to put into it. And I feel like while they're like having that time requirement is important, I would like to see more actually go into the skill areas of that. And I think in 7.2 they are releasing some kind of solo scenario for each class in order to work towards that class mount, and that order hall mount, where you actually do have to work off of a pretty difficult scenario that is a solo scenario. So I'm not sure how that works. I will definitely show you and give my feedback on it as it comes out. However, I haven't seen it yet, so I'm just not sure if it's even like hard, because I just don't know. It could come out and it could be super easy, or it could come out and be super hard. And I would like to see more content come out that requires players to be very skillful in order to complete it, as opposed to just like putting their time into it and getting the same amount of upgrades or the same amount of gear available. Because I can actually do like normal mode Nighthold right now, and I can get a Titan Forge piece that goes up to the mythic level, so you don't actually have to complete like the mythic level content to get the mythic level gear. You see what I'm saying? Which is, you know, it's whatever. So I think that overall, you know, I did voice my opinion, and I do feel like it's very hard, especially in 7.2 as it comes out, for like a new player to get into the game and then create a new character and like become a top tier character, because you will be so far behind. Like no joke, you will be so far behind. If I level the character up and had no idea what I was doing from 1 to 110, and I got to 110, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna really put my time into this game and learn and be that's just an insane amount of time that is required for you to get from to get from that like fresh 110 all the way up to like a 915 or 925 trait 54 like everything maxed out to where you're actually optimal. It takes so long to really get there, in my opinion, especially with all the artifact knowledge and the time gating and everything that's required. You're really always behind, and I think that is really unhealthy, because if those top tier players get burnt out and they quit, and it becomes extremely hard for those newer players to get up to that top tier level, you're going to see a lot less people playing at that top tier, because of how hard it is to get to that top tier from the very beginning. So just my 2 cents on that. I'm sure you're going to leave a comment down below, voicing your opinion. I would love to hear it. I feel pretty inclined to at least say that because of how much grinding there is on Legion, and that's something that I really got from this patch. Outside of that, guys, I did want to at least bring just a couple fun facts for you in 7.2. There's a couple of new things going on. As for the Legion World Quest, it's actually not currently out on the 7.2 PTR. It was like last week, but I don't see it happening right now. But every now and then, like Stormheim or High Mountain, Volshara, whatever, one of them will get invaded, and you have to go there and defend it from the Legion, and you get some different world quests to do, which count towards the same emissary cache. It doesn't really change anything like that, but it's just different. And real quick, the actual item levels for the world quest and all of the world content, like the mobs and the mini bosses or whatever, all that stuff was buffed. So you can see, like right here, this is an 855 gloves, which is, I mean, like before it was 835 or 840, so it got a little bit of an item level bump. This is 860 base, can go up to 880 or even above that. And this is just something that's changing in the world just to make it a little bit more difficult, because as a 900 item level, 902 item level, 896 equipped mage, I can just go in and literally a 1-shot or 2-shot mob. So it just makes it a little bit more relevant to that kind of play style. So just something to keep in mind. And also the item levels are raising higher and higher and higher. So I think that is one step towards compensating for that new player feel that are trying to catch up to these top characters. And that's great to hear. And also the PvP brawls are something that's brand new, which is awesome, and I've been wanting to talk about this for quite some time. The PvP brawls are brand new to the game, and what they are is the normal Warsong Gulch, Eye of the Storm, Arathi Basin, Alterac Valley, whatever battleground, and it's actually changed in some weird way. Think of Mythic plus affixes for battlegrounds. So this is cool because we haven't seen any PvP content, brand new PvP content released in the game for many, many years now, and we actually get to see some, which is awesome. So as you can see, the Warsong Scramble is one where you go in and there's just a bunch of different flags everywhere, and there's a bunch of different power-ups everywhere. It's just a huge scramble, get it? Or there's the gravity laps for Eye of the Storm, where you fly up way in the air, and I'll be making videos on all of these for you guys to watch and learn more about before it comes out. I think this is an awesome addition to the game, really. I love to see more PvP content. I would love to see in the next expansion something like a 1 versus 1 bracket, a solo queue bracket, a 4 versus 4 bracket from arenas, or even a brand new thing outside of battlegrounds and arenas, something brand new. I don't know what that would be, but it would be very cool to at least see something competitive in that way, because we know that Ashran is definitely not cutting it. So, real quick, some feedback for the PvP brawls. I think it's awesome that they're added. However, I think that just throwing in an artifact power token is a really poor decision, in my opinion, because it's literally the same thing as a battleground, except if you're going to add in something that's supposed to be fun, at least offer something as a reward that's interesting to do, right? Because if I want to play the PvP brawl, all I'm getting is the different game mode. But if you were to add in something I don't know, something cool, I don't know, some food that you can get that makes you one of the war chiefs. So some food you can get. You get one thing of food, and I eat it, and then all of a sudden I'm Thrall for an hour. Just something cool, something fun and cosmetic that is fun for people to acquire. Because just putting them on the treadmill for artifact power, that just really doesn't motivate me to want to do the brawl. And I want to see something like a weekly or a daily cool thing that I can get for like doing these PvP brawls, because if they're supposed to be fun, at least make the reward for it fun, because artifact power is cool, but who cares? Like, you can get artifact power in any way that you play in the game, and I would like to see a fun non-serious game mode be rewarded with something that's not serious as well. So like, just like, you know, whatever, just like you can get like a picture of me, you know. Yeah, how about that? Whenever you want a PvP brawl, you get a picture of my face. And I know you guys would love and hate that. So just like whatever, just stuff like that. I would love to see that implemented in the game. I just don't see artifact power or gold really being a part of that fun. So that's just my opinion. This is pretty much concluding my first impressions video for today. You know, I think that this patch is definitely, like, it definitely speaks to everything that has already happened in Legion. There's more legendaries that you can get through crafting. There's more, like, there's just more. That's what this patch is, the more patch. So thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll be definitely giving you some more information as this patch develops, through PvP Brawl stuff, through World Quest stuff, through Artifact stuff, through whatever, like dungeon stuff. I'll be definitely keeping you up to date and giving you my opinion as this unfolds. So thank you so much for watching, everybody, and I will see you all tomorrow.